Okay, this is going to be a film about energy champions. A very short film, I hope. I'll try and keep it as brief as I can. Okay, so Energy Champions is a student group. Basically, there's several ways that the university are concerned about saving energy. First of all, is through technology, new technology. Another one is through energy saving groups. So basically, the target at the moment is a 10% reduction on 2005 figures by 2010. And so what Energy Champions is a small student group of around about 3 to 4 students. A few are in this room today. And a few, I hope, will be joining us by watching this video and getting a bit educated on it. Okay, and so what we do is we work with CFM, which are Commercial Facilities Management, on campus. We work directly with the Energy Manager and the Senior Operations Manager, as well as other high staff. And by September 2008, one of the biggest projects at the moment which Energy Champions will be doing is the Barnes energy competition, the block competition. So what we'll be doing is taking, just to give you an idea of where Barnes is. Barnes is this area here. It's like near the medical school, near the Cobra building and the IC buildings, and right next to it is a leisure centre. So it's just a small area here. And this area here is being used because it's been recently refurbished and there's no big refurbishment being used on it, so there shouldn't be any big variations in the results. So this is an example here of a block data from which students will be able to see. Basically they'll have, in the purple, they'll have a small graph, and you'll see last year's last year's amount of consumption of electricity. And it'll have minus 4% on that, and that'll be the target. So on one side you'll see the minus 4%, so the target which we hope they'll meet, and on the other hand you'll see how they're doing. And just to go through this graph, there's a variation from the target on the next one, and on the bottom one there's a variation of the target on the whole. So you'll be able to see whether or not they're saving energy or whether or not they're using more energy on last year's figures. Right. Okay, so there's many benefits of using this system. First and foremost is that by using this system, if we did it on a month-by-month system, then one block might go into another block and turn on lots of lights and things like that, and it might lead to a bit of rivalry now, and that was the main fear. So by using this system, there's less chance of that happening and a little bit more reliable. There are some problems in it in that there might be more rooms filled in one year than another year, so there might be some variation in results in this, but hopefully we think that this is the best way of doing it. We're going to be changing these graphs in Energy Champions to try and make them look more appealing to students. Moving this down. So the block competition will work on the premise that there'll be a table of blocks with the blocks at the top who save the most amount of electricity, and the blocks at the bottom who perhaps are using too much electricity and are not reaching the target that the university want them to reach, or the target which Energy Champions have set themselves at the moment. So at the top we'll have some examples of best practice of energy saving, and at the bottom we'll have some that perhaps need some more help and support. So the role of Energy Champions will be to really help those at the bottom try and improve their energy saving. This will be done through a variety of ways. One of the ways I want to do is like a top tips poster of like 3 or 5 tips. For example, one in your kitchen, one in your bedroom. The one in the kitchen will have simple things like turn off lights, turn off cookers and other appliances when they're not in use, and make sure you're defrosting your freezer to try and get the best performance out of it. And we'll have them in the way that they will have the Barnes energy competition. So the kind of like the competitiveness, I hope, will mean that the posters don't get ripped down, and they'll feel a bit of community spirit to try and do better in the competition. Of course, the block that wins at the top will get a prize. It will be up to Energy Champions what prize they'll do in conjunction with the CFM. Prize could be a trip to Alton Towers. It could be a night at the Union. It won't be alcohol probably, but Alton Towers, a night at the Union, maybe commerce food for a week or something like that. So there'll be a real incentive to try and get to the top or try and do better. At the end of the day, the competition should be making it fun to participate. You know, you're doing better than this block. You know, one block is doing better than another block. So it's making the whole idea of, you know, not wasting energy and saving energy fun, and it's easy to do in most areas. The results will be published on concourse, we hope. The residential manager will send out an email. The TVs in the student union we could use. The Pig and Rat, the website, which is run on Energy Champions on Facebook, and also Cube Radio, and also the website on CFM. Too many homes. Other benefits of, now I move on to the benefits of, other benefits of Energy Champions. There'll be an Energy Champions folder that you'll receive with information in it on what Energy Champions are doing, and your own opportunities to add to that folder and develop on it. There'll be resources available. You'll never be out of pocket really. You won't have to fund the posters we do or anything like that, or any trips that you go on to get more information. For example, the conferences and that, which you might have the opportunity to go to if you're interested. And also there's obviously an excellent CV if you're interested in sustainability issues or just caring about the environment. Other areas, obviously you get the reference from the energy manager, which is a top member of staff at the university, as well as that there's the volunteering opportunities, like Energy Champions is part of FEE at Keele, the volunteer experience. And it's very easy, well, we'll make it very easy to get those hours, and me and Adam are doing very well on that at the moment. Conferencing, there's the opportunities to go to conferences that I've already mentioned. Workshops. Now, in order to help those blocks at the bottom of the table move up, there will have to be, some opportunities to go to workshops to build on your knowledge of energy saving, and in order to educate other students. So there'll be a real kind of community element, and also, obviously, you're going to get educated yourself on how to save energy, and that's a useful resource in itself. Now, how will the whole Energy Champions system work? Well, it has to work on a meeting every 2 to 3 weeks to discuss what's been happening. These meetings take place usually in the CFM, the Darwin building, sometimes the Chancellor's building. It really depends on what Energy Champions want to do, but it's usually handy if it's in the CFM building, which is near the Sports and Leisure Centre. We'll be reviewing how the Barnes Energy project is going, introducing any new ideas. Examples of any new ideas that you could introduce were, in the first year, last year, we had ideas to introduce a wind turbine. This one was at Barnes. Although there were detailed plans for it, unfortunately the supplier fell out at the last minute. So there's always the opportunity that projects like that could go ahead. A project that was successful was the solar panels. We'll be looking to get the data to try and show that Keele University does get some of its own electricity from its own sources. There's other smaller projects which you could, if you were interested in, lead. For example, there's information I have on energy saving measures that could be introduced into the library, and it's quite simple to do. So if you're interested in, one thing I haven't mentioned is after meetings we'll be going to commerce. There'll be food vouchers from CFM. And it's just a way of talking about it afterwards, obviously feeding yourself as well, and maybe having a few drinks of water, maybe. But nice food all together, as a way of like CFM, saying thank you in a way, but also I suppose it's an incentive to keep up, and we'll be talking about how it's going, and it will be a small group, so it'll be quite nice. If you want to get more involved, then we're on Facebook, as you can already tell, and we talk a lot through that already, and we'll be explaining what's going on. So that probably brings it to a close. I'm just going to shout over to Adam. Adam, is there anything else that you would want to mention? There's a Cube radio show, isn't there?
There is.
Which isn't running over Easter, but will be running for 3 weeks afterwards, which is from 5 till 6:30 at the moment on a Sunday, and that's also got its own Facebook site if you want to join that. Is there anything else at all that I might have missed?
I think that's it. It covers for Barnes campaign, Jason.
There you go. I've pretty much covered what we want to do for the Barnes campaign with Energy Champions from September, and also until then we'll be preparing for that during Easter and the 3 weeks afterwards. So if you want to get involved, you can email Martin, but better still, join the Facebook site and email myself. I'm Jason. I'm one of the site makers, I suppose, and Adam's the other one, but you're probably better luck in emailing me first, and I'll tell you what's going on and get you involved. So that probably brings this short film to a close. Thanks for watching.